Getting started with MasteryPath, your step-by-step MasteryPath guide. Step one, you're going to have to open a Canvas course, go to Settings, and then at the top of your area here in Settings, you will have a tab called Feature Options. Make sure that MasteryPath has been enabled. You've toggled this on. Once you've done that, you are ready to use that feature option. Because MasteryPaths only work in a module, you're going to need to go to Modules and make sure that you have one and that it has content inside of it. So I'm going to create a new module. I'm going to give it a name, MasteryPath Practice. I'm going to say add this module. The next step is to make sure that you have a conditional assignment that lives in this module that everyone's going to take. By conditional assignment, I mean a quiz, an assignment, or graded discussion that everyone will take, and then therefore it will release the certain path that a student must go on. So I'm going to click the plus. If you have a quiz created already, quiz is the most popular one because you have the ability to make it auto-graded. Therefore, when a student takes that quiz and it auto-grades, it automatically releases that mastery path for them. If you're not using an auto-graded quiz, the students are going to have to wait for you to grade that conditional assignment. So I'm going to click on quiz. Any quizzes that you've already created will appear here. If you're going to make a new one, you can just click New Quiz, give it a new name, and then you can start building out those questions. I'm going to choose this 01 for right now, and I'm going to say Add Item. So now I have that conditional assignment that I'm going to do. The next step is not really in Canvas. It's more about storyboarding out your potential paths for students. Because when you come to this area and you start creating or looking for things, it can become a little overwhelming. So you may want to kind of storyboard out what you want students to do, content that you possibly want them to see. Just remember the 4 objects that can be on a mastery path are assignments, quizzes, discussions, or pages. So I'm going to go grab a page, and I will just do Introduction to Narrative Writing, and I'm going to add also an assignment. And I'm going to do arc submission. I'm also going to add a discussion for right now. Add item. Now, remember that because pages not automatically set up to be in a mastery path, you are going to have to open the page and click Edit. And you're going to have to allow that page in the mastery path. So this currently doesn't have content, but we can pretend like this was an instructional page for students. Maybe it had a YouTube video on there that we wanted them to watch. I'll go ahead and just add one. Go to my old literary elements. My go-to video should be right here at the top. Well, the one I always use is no longer at the top. Let's embed this one. I've used this one before, so I've watched it. Now, I have to check this little box that says Allow in MasteryPath. If I don't check that, then that's just going to be seen by everyone. I'm going to click Save and Publish. Also remember that in this module, if I'm using any assignments or discussions or things there, graded things, I have to assign it to the mastery path and not everyone. Remember, the first assessment that you give. And let's just go ahead and open that and make sure that's set up correctly. We're going to say edit. And we're going to just look at the details for right now. This is, let's give it a different name. Let's say this is our conditional assignment for MasteryPath. These are our student instructions. Oh, I'm struggling to type. It is a graded quiz. I can change these things if I don't want students to see their answers, and I have to make sure it says everyone. And then I click save and publish. So my students are able to see and take that quiz. Let's go back to modules. And scroll to the very bottom. And I've had that one set up, but I don't have these bottom two set up to be on a MasteryPath. So let's open the first one. See, right now it's assigned to everyone. So I'm going to have to change that. I'm going to have to click edit. And I'm going to have to scroll to the bottom. I'm going to take the everyone out, and I'm going to say MasteryPaths. I'm going to click save. I know I didn't assign it to sections because I don't want it to go to sections. I want it to go to just students on that path. Let's go back to modules. Close that so I don't have to scroll so far. Now I'm going to open up this class introductions. I'm going to press edit. And right now I am going to have to change this to be graded so that I get this assigned to box, and I can do MasteryPaths. Okay, if not, it's just going to go to everyone, which I can still use a discussion that way. But right now I want it to be on a certain path. So I'm going to click save. So I've done the back work. I've got things set up in my module that are supposed to be set up so that they can be on a path. I can continue to add more content if I want to, but I have it things that are added there. So now I'm going to go back to this first conditional assignment. I'm going to click the three dots, and I'm going to go to my configuration page of my MasteryPath. So give it just a moment to open. And now we can see that we have the three areas. I can change these points if I want to, or I can leave them how they are. To add items though, I'm going to click this plus. And this is where I said it may be important to actually go in and print your module, because look, I see every quiz, every assignment, any page within my course that I have checked the box show up. So I know this is one, and I think the ARC submission is one. So I'm going to check both of those, and I'm going to leave it where they're together. On this one, I have the ARC submission, and then I'm trying to remember the other piece that I added. See what happens when I don't print them? It's like, which one did I add in that module? Let's just add one for right now. So you get the idea. You come in and you add those things that live there. When you finish, you click save, and you have successfully added those to the MasteryPath. If you click modules, you can go and look at, and you can see this is the conditional assignment. And if you hover over it, you can see, look, it says conditional assignment for MasteryPath. If I've only added, so for instance, this page was only added to one of the rules there on the configuration page, so it just shows me it's in this one area. If I added things to more than one area, I would see this multiple. So it's going to be released in multiple paths. And then class introductions, I didn't even add to a path. I can go back and change that by clicking MasteryPath if I want to. So I kind of see how that is set up. For your information as an instructor, if you go back to the conditional assignment, you will see now a MasteryPath breakdown, and you'll be able to see as students start taking that assessment, you'll be able to click on these links and view those student details, and you can even drill down to see how they score. My suggestion is to always come back to home when you think you have it set up the way you want to, and test to make sure it works the way you want to. So I'm going to publish that module, and I'm going to click Student View, and then I would scroll all the way down to the last one, and notice on that last one that I only see this assessment. All other things are hidden from me until I take this assessment. So you're definitely going to want to test that out as a student to make sure the flow works the way you were intending. I hope that helps you get started.